Hi guys, your honor is welcome. If you've just watched these videos, you've seen how women react when they're rejected and ignored, or when they're simply humiliated by men who think they're liars. We all know that gender dynamics continue to shift today, as ever. Men who were once praised and admired for their masculinity are now almost universally scorned by society. Women who were once revered for their feminine beauty are now under cultural pressure to lose their femininity and become more masculine. More and more men choose to ignore women, because men go their own way, causing women to want men more. Because women naturally crave acceptance and validation. Women want these men more and more, while men ignore them more and more. This is something we all see and experience from time to time. There's nothing wrong with talking about something so obvious. What really got me thinking was a message I got that he wanted to discuss this in detail. It got me thinking about how the dynamic is constantly changing for men who go their own way. They must confront family, friends, co-workers and society at large, wondering why they decided to stop playing the dating game. People were really curious, and as they learned more about mgtow, they came to their understanding. Many already believe it, while some deny it outright. The message I received was from a Boston resident who, like many others, was on his own way before hearing about it. He said that as he walked his own path, he noticed that women were more attracted to him and gave him more attention than ever before. Throughout his life, women have tried to ask him out, were nervous around him, said they agreed with him, and still wanted to date him before he went his own way. He said he used to be content with women with an attractiveness rating of 5 or 6, but now he's being chased by women over 8. He also thinks that if he gets his way, he'll get more negative comments from his friends and colleagues, but they're surprisingly forgiving, and most of them agree with him about dating and relationships with women. He explained to them that he still had a lot of time after making his decision. He can go to the gym whenever he wants, he can go to another city or go to the mountains on the weekends. He can pursue his hobbies, cook good food, learn martial arts, and anything else that interests him. If he's in a relationship with a woman, that's out of the question. Some friends told him it was smart for him to do this and face reality, and wish they would think about life the same way. When people ask him why he's so persistent, he just says he's tired of watching it because he doesn't want them to think he's crazy or something. After a while, he actually started telling them the truth, and was amazed again that most of them fully understood his decision. However, some people, especially some women, have real issues with the way he steers the boat of his life. Guys, I always advise against outlining the exact reasons for one's path, because I believe others are better off drawing their own conclusions. Otherwise, they'll usually think you're a cult member bent on destroying the opposite sex or something sensational like that, which is dead wrong. To the person who sent me this message, I have to say that if you suddenly started following these really attractive women with more assurance, they would definitely lose interest. Since it might be unusual for a straight guy to reject them, I predict they will regain their confidence because all men find them attractive and stop worrying about hitting a wall. Chances are none of these attractive women experienced rejection before they started stalking you. Given your lack of fatherhood in your youth, you are likely to be responsible for your fathering issues. They may go out of their way to make you look very attractive to compensate. Well, if a guy neglects her, it may bring back memories of childhood neglect and forgetting. Are these ladies really interested in you? Or are they more curious why you don't find them attractive? What you've said here shows to me that attractive, successful men getting their way can make women lose their minds when they're ignored. No doubt they worried that if they weren't enough for someone like him, they probably weren't enough for someone else like him too. They may think that if they talk to you, they'll know you're someone who likes other men, and that will help them feel less insecure. They need to prove to themselves that they can get your attention, even if you're confidently single and going your own way. It seems like you hold up a mirror for women, reflecting their fears back at them. As a result, they lure you into feeling comfortable again because they believe their appearance is still in good shape. Maybe as Mount Man, you don't piss off women because they don't have access to men's resources. Maybe removing her female card when a male decides to go into monk mode has more to do with that. When you're single, they think you're a bachelor, and even losing a man's protection and provision for women doesn't mean much. You might also think that because you're singing the tune, you're not watching it. That doesn't mean women won't just walk into your life and ask you out. There is no doubt that women choose men, not women choose men. You also claim that several women have complimented you on your intelligence and that they have done so only to validate you. After getting used to or becoming obsessed with a particular woman, men are more likely to seek female approval from other women. Did it ever occur to you that they might be planting the seeds of a future romance by playing the part of a female guise and supporting you? Do women really go crazy when men ignore them? In my opinion, no. I believe people act weird when they feel rejected, which we mistakenly interpret as crazy. You should also avoid calling Mount in everyday conversation. When you do that, people immediately associate it with the patriarchal movement, and then seemingly with the incel movement, which is known for being misogynistic. Women know these things. To put it simply, They don't discuss with other men because they want to contain the problem, prevent men from discovering it, and then discover the essence of women. But for a man who hasn't done so, there is still hope for his return to the plantation. There is no backlash when you reject these attractive women because they see you as an isolated man with no real ability to communicate your feelings or thoughts to other men. People tell me that mountains have always existed and that there will always be someone who chooses to make their own way, but I doubt there is a philosophy with its own language and acronyms to describe these ideas, explain them to people and spread them out to the world. Women seem to have a question. They know that rumors travel fast in the internet age, and from their perspective, Mount is just misogynistic rumors and gossip that will diminish their reputation and value, make them less popular and lower their social status. They don't really control it either. Shame-based language is no longer effective because it relies on persuading a person to play a hero role. A man can be formally forced into marriage in the past, and then he is responsible for the family on the other side. Today you can marry a man and the government will take away his family and resources. With initiatives like the #MeToo movement, it seems increasingly difficult to fool successful and intelligent men. The most desirable men tend to be the ones who put most of their energy into growing their careers, staying in shape, and achieving financial success. You have the wisdom not to ruin your life. The top 20% of men in the population are now afraid of women. I've said it many times, but feminists recruit more women to their cause by ignoring these men, because when they do, more women become feminists. So these women go berserk and get mad at all the men. In a way, Mount promotes feminism by admonishing men not to marry. Men who choose their own paths should be thanked by feminists for our support of their progress, yet they continue to resist. However, feminists are terribly against Mount and may think it hurts them, but in reality it only radicalizes women. In fact, I think women who have other options have more reason to allow men to be independent. Feminism moves on, and more men are turning away. I guess feminists really want to give men what they want instead of trying to take more and more from us if they are reasonable, and seeing more men leading the field will only make they are more unbalanced. The last point I want to make is how much free time you have right now. It's great that you have more time to exercise, watch TV and explore the world around you. I firmly believe that reading more books can broaden your horizons and expand your vocabulary, but when you are single, you have to compete with these hard-working couples for houses. Therefore, you should make your free time more productive. Help address the rising cost of living for single people in our culture. Consider streaming your mountain travel adventures and earn some cash. Try to combine your business with your leisure so you can achieve both goals at the same time. Regardless, most men aren't saving enough for retirement. Guys, this is a hot topic. Men are becoming more and more independent and are good at ignoring women because they feel they have no choice. Women, on the other hand, are slow to realize this and aren't sure what to do about it. A headstrong man rejects a woman, even the most beautiful woman who has never been rejected by a man. How will this develop in the next 5 or 10 years? Actually, we don't know. However, as we all know, men don't live the same way anymore, letting women use them because they've had enough. In the future, will men think they need women more than they realize? Or will women accept the possibility that they need women more than men in their lives? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more